You gotta get into the groove.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another session of the GrooveAsia Leaders Unite, which is for short is GLU. So this is my regular session on a Thursday here in New Zealand. We have Wednesday evening, and if you're over in the States, and really it's just about Groove in general in terms of the platform and the apps. So last week we kind of started off with GroovePages, doing a deep dive, and we're going to carry on and continue that into this week as well. And so, we'll go through a few other things there. All right, so if you're joining me live, just put a hashtag live, and if you're actually watching this as a replay, then please just put a hashtag replay. Let me know that you've seen it. And if you are joining me live, post some questions into the chat if you have some questions, and I will answer them as I go through the session. I see Pt.2 Digital was here. Welcome to the session today, and I'm sure there'll be a few others that will come along as well. Anyway, so like I said, I started off sort of deep diving into Groove, and I guess the main one is GroovePages, which everybody would probably want to know more about. Firstly, and so I decided that we'll go through some of the things that you don't actually find lessons on. Some of the little things that don't get explained in some of the tutorials that you might come across. So it's not a walkthrough; it's basically a deep dive and a walkthrough, if you like, into the actual app, which is the GroovePages. Well, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and okay. So here we are in the dashboard. So when you log in, this is probably what you see. If you are new to Groove, then this would be of interest to you. But at the same time, I'll be showing you through how you can actually do things, some of the basic things as well when you're in GroovePages. But when you come into, or when you log into your Groove account, you will see that you've got a dashboard like this, and then you've actually got a menu up here with GroovePages, GrooveSell, GrooveMail. Now we'll be covering a lot of this, what you see up the top here, because over the year, basically, because there's lots of different things that people would want to learn about on those ones there, depending on what you want to try and achieve from your Groove account. And over here, if you hover over the Groove icon, then you will also see there's a menu here, just a little bit more on this one, as opposed to this menu here. Okay, so I'm going to go to GroovePages because we did actually have a website that we were working on last week. I'm going to stick with the same website, so let's just have a look here. I think it was this one here, and it was a cafe one. I think that was the one. Yep. And just making sure that this is the one that I worked on last week. I'm sure that it is. It looks like the same. All right. So we last week we went through things like the assets, which is on this side here. So if you come here to this side, this is pretty much all the assets, your website. Then you have funnels, and then you can connect to your webinars from your website, and pop-ups and global blocks. Now, I'm going to cover things like pop-ups and global blocks. We won't cover the webinars just yet, but we'll cover the pop-ups and the global blocks. Now, I did do this in a challenge that was actually over 5 days, and it was called Take Action. and basically it refers to taking action and getting to know the platform. And really, you know, there's no sort of place where you can start other than just getting in there and trying it out for yourself. I mean, most people will start with GroovePages because most people would want to actually build a website for their whatever they're doing. It might be for a book that they're actually writing about, and they want to actually promote it on a web page, or it could be a business. You might have a brick and mortar business. So those all those sorts of things. So you can actually use the Groove platform for multiple types of businesses. In fact, any business. Okay, so in this case here, I'm using a cafe as an example, and like I said before, some of the things, couple of things that we're going to cover is the pop-ups and the global blocks. We may even have time for what we call the mega menu, but we'll just take it by how long this will actually get through in terms of going through the first two that I mentioned. All right. Let's go to pop-ups. So over here, you can go to pop-ups here, and now where would you use a pop-up? You would use it on when someone goes onto your page, and then a pop-up will come on, and it might say sign up to our newsletter, or keep updated on prices or things like that. Just enter your email address here. So you could use it for that. There's another way you can use a pop-up, and that is actually to use it as a lightbox. So you have a smaller image, you click on that, and then what will pop up is a bigger image. So that's another way that you can use a pop-up. You can also have a pop-up where people are going through your site. You might be an affiliate marketer, and you've got a sales funnel, and as you go down the sales funnel, it's telling you more about maybe the digital product that you have, and giving you a call to action to take the next step and buy the digital product. However, if you don't, and then you actually try to go off the page, what will happen? Another pop-up can come up, and it may have a special offer to say, hey, don't go yet. Here's a special offer, get 20% off by using this code, that sort of thing. That's where you could use these pop-ups, right? You can also use it for form, and I'll show you an example of that later on. So we're going to add a pop-up. Now, we're going to do one on entry. So when someone comes to the site, a pop-up is automatically going to come on entry. So let's do that now. We'll go to pop-ups. So go to pages, come down to pop-ups, add a pop-up by clicking on the plus sign in the corner there. Now you're going to be asked to either choose a template, which we do actually have a few of those here, or you can create your own. In this case, we'll probably just use a template. All right, and let's just use this one here, nice and simple. Okay, you can get a live preview of this if you want to by clicking on here and having a look to see whether or not it's something that you might use. It is editable, so I think this is pretty cool. It just asks for your email address, which is it's much more less invasive than asking for your first name, your last name, and your email address and your phone number. This is actually a nice way to get people on your email list. All right, so I will probably go for that, and I will go back to where I was before here, and I'm going to actually import the full template. Now, we probably won't have subscribed to our new newsletter, but we might actually have subscribe. And we'll go become a VIP customer, and we'll have that there. Now, I may add another text box underneath that because I want to make the next one a little bit smaller in font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to here, and I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to grab just a paragraph, I guess, this one here, or even one of these. Like we'll just actually maybe grab an H3 header in there, pop it in there, and then I'm going to put in there, become a VIP member, customer, enjoy, whoops, take the caps off, enjoy discounted prices for regular customers. Okay. All right, now I think that would probably need to be a bit more closer up there. So there's some spacing here that I need to probably get rid of. So if I click on here on the text box and we'll go over to spacing, you can see there's a bit of a green light there. Well, there is a green light there under spacing, which means that there is something, the spacing has been modified. So any of these where it has a green kind of light there, it means that there are things in there that have been modified or changed or altered. So spacing definitely has some spacing at the outside of that red borderline here. So, and that's what we want to try and get rid of. So I'm going to click on there, and then I'm going to just lower that spacing a wee bit to 0. And now we've got that kind of like text and more or less straight underneath the main header there. So, and I'm also going to make that white as well. So I'm just going to click on the text box there, and I'm going to go to text, and I'm just going to change the color to white. All right. I think we should try and keep in with the color code. I think we had, trying to remember now, what did we have? I think the green was in there, but let's just put maybe a darker color. We'll put black in there for the background. So I'm just going to click on the actual orange area, which is the container. If you have a look down here, it's a container. And I'm just going to click on there. As you can see, the orange color has come up. I'm just going to change it by clicking on it and clicking onto there. Now, this is a little bit darker here. Maybe just make that a little bit brighter. Let's click on that button or form submit button. Go into background, and let's just change the color to maybe let's go green. And it's kind of a bright green. And I want to make the text darker, so I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to change that to black. Hey Nancy, good to have you on today's session. Welcome. All right, so now we've got our pop-up here, and and what we've called it is become a VIP customer, enjoy discounted prices for regular customers. Okay, so we're going to use that as pop-up. Now I'm going to just come over here into settings. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call this newsletter. Newsletter. And then for the page slug, I'm just going to put newsletter all in lowercase. All right. And then click on here to save the changes there. Now that it's saved, go out of there. All right, so now we've got that all ready to go. It's saving there. Let's just save it again and exit. Hey, Tyler, good to have you here. Greetings from the US. All right. Okay, so now we have our pop-ups. So if we come over here to pages, go to pop-ups, and there's our newsletter pop-up. All right. What we want to do now is that we actually want that pop-up to come on when you land on the website. All right. So we're going to go to here, the 3 dots, and when we're going to go to edit settings. Before we're in the edit part, but now we're going to go to edit settings, because that will actually create the settings for when it pops up. Okay. So we click on there. We'll leave that the same width. I don't normally change it. I just leave it the same. And close button size, that's really just the X or the X icon to close it. So there's not really any importance on that one. But over here, we want it to be an entry pop-up. So we click on, instead of standard, we're just going to go entry. Okay. Now over here, you have a choice of which pages you want that to show on. So we want it to show on the home page. All right. So we're going to have show on selected pages. We're going to come down to here, and then we're going to go click onto the arrow here, pages, and we're just going to go primary. Oops. No, we're not going to go primary. Let's just cross that out. We're going to go to this arrow there, and we're just going to go home. So just our home page, right? Okay, and you could probably, if you wanted to, you could actually have it when you leave the page rather than when you enter the page. So yeah, that's up to you. All right, we don't really want to, behavior, we can have it show on every visit or only on the first visit. I'm going to actually have it show on every visit because, you know, just in case they don't sign up, they go out of it, and then they might come back again, and then they may want to opt in. So I'm going to have it on every visit, and then I'm going to save it. All right. So what should happen is that once it's saved and published, and we're just going to go on a preview here, you should actually get that pop-up coming up. So let's click onto preview here. I'll have to change tabs. Okay. And there you go. There's the pop-up. And obviously you'll have to set this all up in terms of them entering their email address and all that, because you this is not actually set up to go to any list or form or anything like that. So you'll have to do that in the background. But this, I'm just showing you one of the ways you could use the pop-up. Okay. All right. And they can just cross out of it. And if they go away, come back again, and they come back to the site again, it should actually, let's just go out of there. It should actually pop up again. All right. So let's just try that again. There we go. Okay. And that's what we're after. We don't want them to, we don't want it to actually just happen once when they visit the site, because this is really, if you do that, then, you know, you've missed the opportunity where they might go back to the site again and then decide that they want to join up, but the pop-up doesn't come up. So that's why we want to have the pop-up on every visit. All right. Not once. All right, let's go back to here. So that was the pop-up. The next one we're going to go through, I'm not sure if I did on this one. I did cover global blocks last week, so I'm not going to cover it again. So if you haven't, if you're not sure how to do the global blocks, go back to my last week's session where I went through global blocks there. All right, so so I did cover it. But what we will cover is mega menu. Now, the mega menu can be a little bit tricky. There's no real formal training on the mega menu. And so, you know, this is a great way to actually learn. And I'm going to be showing you that how you could actually add the mega menu. Now, what the mega menu is, and I'll give you an example. Actually, there is probably another thing I want to do with the pop-up as well. But I'll give you an example of what a mega menu is. And let's just go to one of my client sites. Okay, this is one of my client sites. And you can see I've added a pop-up there. He has actually got a career opportunity available for anyone who wants to become a mechanic. Okay, and when they click here, they'll go straight to a page on the website. So I'm just going to go to that. But this is a mega menu where you can have all these icons and things like that. It looks a lot better than just your standard menu. You don't even have to have icons. You could have images if you wanted to. But you know, that just goes to show you just how effective the mega menu can be, and makes your site a little bit more interesting. Let's go back to where we were before. So let's go and create a mega menu. Now I've actually done, I've actually got a global block here. So what I'm going to do, I'll have to, and I'll show you what happens when you actually do a mega menu to actually have the changes come into effect. But let's just start here first. We go to pages, and the home page on there is where I'm going to click on the three dots, and then I'm going to edit the mega menu. Now there is no mega menu at this point, but I'm going to create one. So I'm going to edit the mega menu. Once I've done that, it's similar to the pop-up. You'll come up with to actually create a block or insert a block. So here I'm just going to add a block, and then I'm going to come up to over here, mega menus, and you have a choice. All right, so you have a choice of different mega menus. Now, in the instance that this is actually a cafe, I may look at maybe a double column mega menu just to separate some of the things that I'm planning on putting on there. So I might just go for this one here. All right. Now, there's a few styling things that I would like to do here. As you can see, we've got a white background. That's pretty much how it's going to look like if we stick with these colors and stuff. So we want to make some changes. But first of all, I want to come up to here in pages again. And then when I click on there, it's going to give me the option to edit the mega menu. I can either go with a full width or static width. Now, static width, I can obviously change the width here. And I think I might just stick with this one here, which says 600, right? So from there to there, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to stay with this. I will leave it at that. And then, yeah, I'm going to save the changes and click out of there. Now, I kind of like the white on black type sort of scenario. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually make all these text. And hopefully, if I click one of them, which, yeah, okay. So I've actually selected that whole container. I'm going to come over to here, to text, and then I'm going to come and turn that into white. You see that one didn't change. So that's another text box in the container, which we'll have to do separately. So I'm just going to click on that one there, and then again, change the text. Now, I really want to do that for all of them. That's going to take a long time. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to click on the whole thing, and I'm just going to copy it. All right. And copy it again. And one more time. And then I'll get rid of these other ones. Just makes it nice and quick. And then delete these. Make sure you select the whole container. We will do the same here. In fact, what I might do is just drag and drop one of these over to that side. So I'm just going to click on the whole container. And then I'm just going to drag and drop it over to there. No, let's just go back one step. Let's just drag and drop it. If I can drag and drop it somewhere. All right, that's kind of gone into the wrong container. Try that again. Come down the bottom, I think. Yeah. Okay, we'll put it down the bottom, but we are going to get rid of these anyway, so I'm just going to delete these one by one. And I'm going to duplicate these. All right. So all we really need to do is actually change the title of the paper of these sections. So to make it easier, I'm going to put a black background. You can see a pink line up here, a pink, kind of like a pink border line. I don't really want that pink to show up on top there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the whole thing. So I'm going to click on the whole layout, or container, I should say, like that. So if you come down here, there's the kind of like a breadcrumbs. I'm going to click on the whole container. Actually, let me go to the layout instead, to the layout, because now I can see that the border line, there is actually a border line in there because we've got the green light on. So I'm going to click on here, and then you can see it's actually 4 pixels. Everything else is 0, but that one is 4 pixels. And then we've got the round corners. I don't really want round corners. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to click on that once, and then we're only going to click on this 4 pixels, and then we're just going to take it down to 0. That takes away that pink borderline that was up the top. All right, now we're going to go over to corners and get rid of the corners. So I'm going to click on it once in the middle, and then I'm just going to control the radius there so that it becomes square corners now, or sharp corners, whatever you want to call it. Let's just go back here. I'm going to change this color to no color. All right, so now that's done. So that borderline is, I guess the borderline's gone, and the shape of it, or the style of the actual menu doesn't have the curves. But you can put curves in it if you want to. It's up to you. All right, now I want to make the whole thing with a background of black. You can see that it's white at the moment. So I'm going to go there and click on to, oh, wrong one. Let's just go back out of there. Okay, let's try the whole. We'll try the whole container. No, block. Okay. All right, it might be container by the looks of it. So I'm going to try this one here. That's white, so I'm going to actually add black. I'm going to come over to this one here and add black there. You can see there's some curves on here as well on this particular one. So I'm just going to do black there. Let's just have a look at that. All right, and I've actually clicked on the layout. And we might leave the white line in the middle there. Right, we might leave that there, it kind of separates it. But I'm going to click on layout, and then I'm actually going to come over here and change that color as well, so that it's all one color in the background. There you go. All right, so now we've got that black background, and you can see what happens when you hover over it, that you'll instantly get that sort of highlight, that real pale blue color, which I don't want, and you can't actually see the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the color. So I'm going to start with this one first and go to background. Oh, go to background, but go to hover there, and now that will come up over here. And I'm just going to go to here and maybe just change it to maybe just a lighter color of gray, I guess. Let me just, well, black. I might try this one here. There. Okay. So when they actually hover over it, that's what they're going to see is that. Let's do that again for this one here. Background, hover, and then we'll make that color there. Right, just a little tip. When you're actually choosing colors and you want to go back to that color later on, just click on here. And as you can see, we're on that color already. That's that one there. And all you really do to actually add that color to your favorites is that you need to come down to here and you need to click on the tick here. And then once you do that, this plus sign will appear. And you click on there and you add that color to your favorites. All right, same with the green. All right, I'm going to select that. I'm going to come down here and click on the tick, or the check mark as you would probably call it. And then I'm going to add that color to my favorites. All right, now the rest I don't have to worry about, but let's just change back to this other color here. There. Okay. All right, so that's the background. Let's just change that. We're going to go back. So the background is black. but the hover color background. All right, the hover color background, which is this one here. Hang on. Yeah, which is this one here, is a lighter color, which is that one. Okay, let's do the same for this as well. Background, hover, click on here, and then that color there. Same with this one. Background, hover, color, and then choose the color. And again, background, hover, color, choose the color, and again with this one here. Okay, background, hover, color, and then. All right, so now what happens is whenever they hover over it, that's what they're going to see. All right, now what is active? Active means that once you've selected it, it will change to a different color. So let's just have a look at some of these active ones. I don't think any of this is active anyway, but let's just have a look. I don't think it's got an active color assigned. No, it hasn't. All right, so we're just going to leave it like that. All right, obviously you can actually change the text up here to the pages. So we're going to have, let's just say we're going to have about the owner. Once you click on that box, click on here, and we're going to have about the owners. We'll make it owners. And we'll just call it Dave and Michelle. Let's go put, now this is actually a subtitle. Okay, Dave and Michelle, we're just going to update. And then as you can see here, so that's going to be a page eventually. Let's click. Now we've got the subtitle there, and we've got the main title there. So about the owners, and then we've got Dave and Michelle. And let's just put it on this one here. We'll put, click on there, and we'll make that our lattes. We'll go lattes. And then what's so special? Special about taste. I don't know if actually this one. I think that's right. I'm not too sure how you spell it. But anyway, let's just save that. Maybe there's one T in it. I don't know. Okay, anyway, I can correct it later on. And over here, we're going to have food menu. So let's go food menu. Oh, actually we'll go food menu. And choose from our breakfast. I don't know if it's the same over in the US, but over here in New Zealand, all the cafes close around about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm not sure if it's the same there. So they only really serve up breakfast or lunch. Choose from our breakfast or lunch. Oh, lunch dishes. All right, update that. So now we've got 3 pages there that we're going to create. What should we call this one here? Drink menu. Beverages. Let's call this beverages. All right, and select one of our award-winning. Let's make that award-winning lattes. I'm sure that's not latte. Okay. Anyway. Right, let's check that. Nancy, you would know, it's a French, isn't latte French? Am I spelling it right? Okay, last one is, we'll make that here. Let's make that order online. Now we'll put online orders. A convenient way when on the go. Okay. No, the latte is the, I thought that was French. Latte. Am I spelling it right, Nancy? Anyway, okay, so now we've got 6 pages that we will probably need to create. So let's just save all this. Yeah, let's just save all this. Oh, icons. Let's go into here. We're going to choose some icons. So I'm just going to go people under here and see what comes up. Okay, no. Normally I just put A and then I actually just, it gets everything from A up to Z. And I'll just go down and select, which is a good way to see others as well. But I'm literally looking for a group of people here, which is difficult to find by the looks. I think I might come past it. Oh, right. Okay, it's got that. What do you call it? Comma, whatever. All right. So I'm looking for people, a group of people. There's nothing. Whether I'm looking in the wrong place or I just can't see it at this stage, but I just want a group of people. All right. Maybe we'll go for the info there. Let's just do that. It's about the owners anyway. So, and then we're going to look for coffee. Let's see there we go. Coffee. Click on there. And that one there. I'm going to go maybe something that's got to do with food. Okay, no. Breakfast. That looks like it's going to become a bread. Lunch. Oops. Nothing. Okay. I'm sure you'll be able to, when you do your one, pretty much start from A and just scroll down and just look carefully for the ones that you want. But that's kind of what I do. Anyway, let's not worry too much about those. You kind of, I've shown you just how you could choose them. The other thing is actually changing the color. Now, this is just like text. So you change the color by clicking on it. And you can actually either do it up here or you can do it over here. Change that from that to maybe, let's go green. Yeah. So it's like changing the color of the text, right? That's all it is. With latte, we'll actually maybe go for something that's a brown color, maybe there. Well, you get the picture. So you can do that all the way through. Once you've done all that, just save and exit. Okay, just going to wait for a bit. All right, so now we come over to pages, and so with our mega menu, we've actually attached it to the well, we created it on the home page. You can't see home on there because we've hidden that, but you only see all the others here. All right, now you can see one page there where it says about our cafe. All these other ones, pretty much, yeah, they're not the ones that we're going to have. So let's go to change the menu, the navigation here. Let's go up to here, and you can see it says edit global block. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now, as soon as I go on there, there should be some changes implemented. Hopefully. Okay, if not, let's just click on here, about cafe, go one step further. All right, and now we're going to click on the settings there. You can see we've got menu, reservations, contact. Let's just get rid of those because they're not our pages. So I'm actually going to exclude those. So we can see about our cafe. And I'm just going to add a link here. Yeah. Let me just have it, click on there. So when I click on there, now we're actually, we might take that link out. So let's click on here again. Oh, there, go one step up, and there, we'll take that link out. We don't want that link. And then there. So what we're going to do, literally what we're going to do is that we're going to, and home shouldn't be showing either. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to, we're going to go over to pages. So we're going to save and exit. We're going to go over to pages again. And we'll literally create all those pages that we added into the mega menu. So let's come here. I'm just going to change the names really of these. So I'm just going to go let's go edit settings. We're going to call I can't remember what the thing was now. I think it was called settings, our beverages or beverages. There was one there with beverages, and I think there was food. So we have beverages. So we're literally just changing the name of the pages. Food menu was the other one. I know there was all up. And the other one was, there was another one that was actually online orders. We'll just leave it at that for now. I will actually add all the rest before our next session. Okay, online orders. Okay, that name is invalid for some reason. All right. Okay, let's just have a look at that now. So we can't use the online orders for some reason. Normally that's because it's taken up, so it may actually have that in there. Let's just go back to here and just check out mega menu again. We're nearing the top of the hour, so we're about 15 minutes away. So we will actually be ending this very shortly. All right, so we've got that there. Okay, so we have our lattes, food menu, beverages, okay, and then the rest I just left, okay. And online orders. I'm sure I added something there, but never mind. So we're just gonna cancel. Go to pages, food menu, our beverages. And just a little tip, when you're doing the friendly URLs or the slugs, make sure it's all kind of one word, if you like. you need to separate the words, but you need to actually join them up with a dash in between so that there's no spaces in between. Over here, it doesn't matter. But over here, the friendly URL, that's what you must do. And here is that it cannot have any spaces. All right, tick that. Okay, our beverages, food menu, and that. Okay. Confirm. Okay, what's happened here? I'm going to go save. Some of these little things that happen when you can't save it from when you close it and it doesn't save. I normally come up to the top right here and I click on save, and that may override it sometimes. So as you can see, it's got saved there. I'm just going to go out of there and I'm going to confirm unsaved, just unsaved settings. Discard unsaved settings. Let's just go back there again. Let's see if it actually kept them. Yeah, so it's kept them, our beverages, about our cafe. So yeah, it's kept the changes. We need to change this one here as well. Edit settings. We need to put food menu in there, and then friendly URL, and then save. Done it again. Okay. Go back up here again. Again, it's done the same thing. As soon as I actually close out of here, it's not going to save. But if I close out of here, if I save it here, then I think it overrides it. So you just got to make sure that it's saved, then close it. Now, if I close it and I reopen it, it should say food dash menu. Okay, so I'm going to close it. Even though that this comes up, I'm just going to confirm. Go back over here, just double check, and it has actually kept it saved the changes, if you like. So remember, if you get that message when you close it here, try saving it up here, because this is that will say may override it, right? Which is a handy thing to know. Okay, so now I'm just going to click on here on the preview. Okay, and just hover there. So when you hover over it, this is what you're going to see. All right, that's the mega menu. Of course, I need to change all this, but that's what it looks like. You could actually change it to the same color as the navigation bar if you wanted to, but yeah. Now, we actually don't really want to sort of just have home and have it all under home. What we want to do is we want to actually do that for have all the pages show up here, but have a mega menu underneath each page, if you like, each page name. But I will probably go over that next week, because that takes a little bit longer. But as you can see, we've just created a mega menu. And, oh, sorry, I need to show you. There you go. There's the mega menu. All right. Okay, so, and like I was mentioning before, I could change the background of the mega menu to the same color as my navigation bar, but I don't really want to do that. I think it looks fine like that. And I don't want everything to be under the home page. In fact, I actually want the mega menu showing up under all the pages, so that the title of the pages end up on the top here. And then, yeah, you'll be able to, I guess when you go to that page, you'll be able to see the mega menu, then you can click to whatever. But we'll just leave it like it is. That's just, we're just going through how to actually create a mega menu. So we'll leave it as it is. All right, let's go back to here and share this tab. So we've done the mega menu, and the most important thing is that anything to do with the top navigation bar, because this is actually a global block, right? Anything to do with the navigation, yeah, after you've done it, like we did the mega menu, we came back here and we went into edit global block. The fact that we come in here actually puts in the changes. You can see there's some changes there already, right? It actually adds the changes. So you need to come into the global block. You literally don't really have to do anything if you've actually done the changes prior to coming into here for the menu or for the navigation. once you click on the global block to come to the navigation, you will see the changes, and those changes will be added to every single page that you have that navigation bar on, so that everything is the same. So, and you make one change, and it will affect all the other pages. All right. So let's just go out of there, go exit. We don't need to save anything. As you can see now, we've actually got these pages showing up on the top, right? Food menu, our beverages, and about our cafe are actually showing up on the top. So what we need to do is, we don't want home to actually have that menu. Basically, we just want to actually add the mega menu and other pages, and I'll explain that better next time we revisit this. All right. Once again, come to the page. We've gone through this, how to create a pop-up, and I'm going to show you one more thing about the pop-up, and then the mega menu. Let's just go through one more thing about the pop-up. Okay, we're sharing this tab. Now, I said you can actually use it as a light box if you wanted to, which means you can actually just have a zoomed-in image of the image that you have here. So if this is a smaller image, you want to be able to click on it and then have a bigger image, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add another pop-up here, add another one, right? And then this time we're just going to go blank page. We're going to add a blank block or empty block there. Wait for that to come up. And now as a empty container, we're going to come over to elements, and we're going to go down to images or image, drag and drop. All right, now click on there. Make sure you center it by coming down to layout, and then go to center horizontally and center horizontally, center vertically. Okay, so that's there. So now we've got the image in there. Now the image that we want to choose is the one that we saw on that page, which would be this one here. Right, that one, the one that, oh, this one here, the one that we were looking at before. All right, so let's go back. Let's look for that image. Choose. And I don't know if it was that one or not. I don't think it was that one. Actually, that image is probably way down in my gallery here. So I don't think I have that one. Let's choose this one here. We'll go for this one, that image. Oh, sorry, let me show you again. We'll go for this image here. Okay. So let's go back to here. And, oh no, that one's down there too as well. Oh my gosh. So many images. I'm sure I've got one like this here. That one there, maybe. Let's just have a quick look. I think it's that one. So we'll actually blow up that image there. So let's go back to here again. And that's this one here. So I'm going to click on this, but I'm going to click on the three dots first. And I'm going to go into the crop where I can actually, make it smaller if I want to. That's quite a high resolution image, and I don't really want a high res, so I'm going to tone that down a wee bit, and I'm going to make it like 850. And then crop and select. All right. And that image now should show this. All right, so that's that image there. Let's just save and exit. All right, come over here. Let's go back to pop-ups again. Let's rename that. So let's go into edit settings. Sorry, hang on. Go back one step. Let's go back and edit it again, because I should have named it so that we can keep track of what we actually adding in. Because if you got pop-up 2, pop-up 3, you get all confused. So in settings here, we're going to go latte. And I'm going to do the same here, latte. And then click on the save, then save and exit. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that that pop-up links up with this image here. All right. So first of all, I'm going to go to that pop-up again. And instead of going to edit, we're going to go to edit settings. All right. So when we come in here, we want that to show up on the page when we click on that small image. So we want the large image to show up on the page when we click on that small image. So let's go on to show on selected pages. That's fine. Let's just select the page, click on there, and there, primary navigation, and let's just click on home. All right. So it's going to show up on the home page, and then click up here. All right, and we kept it standard. We don't want it on entry, things like that. We just kept it standard, and we're going to go out. All right, so from there, we're going to link that image with that pop-up. So we're going to click on here, then into the configuration settings. We're coming down here, and then we will link that with a pop-up down here. Now, it was just a standard pop-up. So we'll just go regular, and we're going to select the pop-up. Well, it says Pt.2, but it's not exactly that. Let's just update that just to make sure. Did it actually save the changes? Okay. We'll make that, this change, we rename it latte. And then save. That makes sense now. So when we come down to here again, and then we go there, and then you can see it's actually changed it to latte. Okay, let's just update. All right, now I'm not too sure whether we'll show the pop-up when we go onto the home page on the preview, but let's just give it a try. I'm going to click up here, share the tab. That's our first pop-up. Let's go down to that little. So here you can see the, when hovering over it, you can actually click on it. But because we're actually in a preview, it's not going to come up. Let me just try and publish this just quickly. So I'm just going to publish this page here. Actually, I might just, cover just that page. It's done publishing. Now I'm going to go to that page. Okay. There. Let's go down now to that small image there. And let's just refresh. Oh, it's lost the link somewhere. Go back to here. I'm wondering if I'm on the right page here. Go back to here. Let's make sure it's linking. Pop-up, update, yes. Let's go to pop-up again. Pop-ups here. Let's go into edit settings. That's disappeared. So it didn't actually save the changes here. See, it says selected pages, and it was supposed to actually select the home page. Click on pages, click on primary navigation, click on here. All right, that's where we wanted to show. We're just going to keep it standard. There's no animation or anything like that. And let's just make sure this saves again. All right, now we're just going to publish the saves, the changes. Clicking on here, go to current page, publish. And now let's go to that page and see what happens. I'm just going to refresh this page just to make sure that the changes have been implemented. Okay, there. And let's scroll down now. If it doesn't happen on this time around, there you go. So now we've actually made a enlargement of that image by using the pop-up feature. So as soon as you click on it, you're going to get that larger image. Right. So, all right, guys, let me stop share here. Guys, that's it for this week. So I did really want to cover the pop-ups as well as the mega menu. We will probably revisit those things again later on down the track in different sessions, because we might be using them on for other things as well. So hopefully you've learned something from this. Yes, Tyler says thank you for well, thank you, Peter. I enjoy live troubleshooting. When you go live, you're always going to have all this sort of little issues and niggly bits, and if anything, those are some of the things that happen. You might save something that doesn't save, and then you have to go back again, sort of like reverse engineer and go back and see what actually is saved and what's not, and just correct it. But it doesn't take long to get used to that sort of thing and get used to doing some of the stuff that I've shown you. But those are little features that you can add to, especially if you've got clients, you can add to their website to give it a little bit more, I guess, pizzazz, if you like. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me. We'll be the same time next week. We're a little bit over time, 1 minute past. I've got another Zoom to be on. But thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next week. And bye for now.
You gotta get into the groove. You gotta get into the groove.